Hey everyone, I am Mindy from Cute Girls Hairstyles, but today we are not talking about hair, we are talking about all things Everest. I asked you guys a few days ago on another social media platform for questions that you guys had about our trek to Everest Base Camp. Hopefully this helps if you're thinking about going on a trek yourself or you're just curious to see what we did. What company did you book through? After doing a lot of research, I kind of came down to two different tour groups, and we ended up using one called Himalayan Social Journey. And I had read online in tons of reviews to ask for a specific guide named Mingmar. And so we requested, because we booked far enough in advance that we could request Mingmar, and he was fantastic. I mean, listen, Himalayan Social Journey in general was great, and I'm sure you're gonna have a great experience. I think having Mingmar just took it to the next level. Have you recovered? Mostly, I feel back to normal. I've been very open and vocal and candid about the fact that I am going through perimenopause. So I'm still having periods, but I'm having some of the symptoms of working my way into menopause, right? When I went up there, I wasn't having very many hot flashes or night sweats at all, almost none. Since coming home, I cannot get rid of them. I don't know what it was about going up there and then coming down, if it just stressed my system, if it sent my adrenals into a crazy spin, I don't know what. Okay, long-winded answer to a very short question. I feel like I'm pretty much there. If I were going to go back and do it again, what would I do differently? I vastly underestimated how difficult it was going to be to sleep. I took all of the sleep aids. I wish I had just from the beginning taken Ambien and forgotten the melatonin and Tylenol PM and stuff that didn't work for me, because it ended up causing me less nights of sleep, and then I was not feeling great. Also, I would spend more time working on Stairmaster. That's the one thing people say, well, if you were gonna train again, what would you do? I would definitely spend time on the Stairmaster, because I just feel like the entire freaking trek was uphill on stairs. Stuff you regretted bringing with you, stuff you'd wish you brought. Speaking of, I was really worried about protein sources when we were up there, so I had taken a bunch of protein, nuts and things like that, and I just didn't eat the nuts like I thought I would. I did take a pair of gloves that it was too heavy. I took these really intense, heavy gloves. I just never needed the gloves and took up space, and I did great with just my little mittens basically the entire time, and most of the time I didn't even have those on. Stuff I wish I had brought, I had taken several sets of thermal tops and thermal bottoms, and I wish I had dumped the bottoms and just taken another thermal top. And I wished I'd had one more to rotate through, and I didn't. I think only one day I used the pants. How did you prepare your body before the trip? I focused a lot on what I was eating. Weirdly, I was just trying to get my body just in check in general at that point. Again, going through perimenopause, it's kind of a new thing for my body. My body's hormones are changing, so I'm having to relearn how and what I can eat properly and make myself feel good. So I was going through that anyway, but I had gone on this really strict food protocol for inflammation just before I went. And so when I went, my diet was so clean, literally almost no sugar for months. I'm not saying that's what you have to do, because most of my group did not do that. I felt really positive and really in a good head place with where I was with my diet. I maybe wish I had focused a little more on the physicality of the trek. I definitely was walking, I definitely was exercising, but I was doing more Pilates, and I love Pilates on the daily, but I just think I should have maybe been focusing a little more on my endurance side, or I said, just focusing more on literally you're gonna be cardioing for hours on end, and you have to try to still find your breath. Did I ever get close to giving up? Yes, I did. So the night before we summited to base camp, I had the worst night of sleep. One of our guides one day said, if it's a headache up in here, it's not a problem. Everybody gets those. That's very normal. If it's a headache back in here, that's a little more of a sign of you're starting to maybe have some, altitude issues. I woke up in the middle of the night and I had the worst headache back here, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I just remember thinking, am I having a stroke right now? Am I dying? You don't know what is happening to your body at that altitude. I felt terrible. I was a little bit nauseous, and I thought, there is no way I'm gonna be able to get up and do this in the morning. I'm gonna have to get up in the morning and tell my team I can't go with them. They're gonna have to leave me behind. I can't go. They're gonna have to summit without me. This is it for me. This is it. And I woke up the next morning and I literally was convinced I was gonna go down and tell them I wasn't going. I got down there and I don't know, it's just I can't do it. Truly, they all move on and you're still there, and I didn't. And then there was part of me that's I don't want to be here alone. So the only thing you can do is just freaking get your bag on and go, get your backpack on and keep moving. So that's what we did, and ended up being fine. Once we got moving that day, I took some medicine for my headache. I just had to keep taking that because my head was hurting so bad. I think most of us were feeling pretty bad at that point. If I were to do it again, would I do it again with Sean? I personally don't think I will probably do it again, not because I didn't enjoy it, not because I would tell people not to do it, because I definitely would tell people to do it. If I'm gonna go on a 10-day trek somewhere, I would rather go do something different than do the same thing I've already done. However, I strongly will encourage John to go do it and get like a group of friends or something and go, because it was just literally, you cannot, unless you've done it, you cannot even fathom the experience. It's so great. It's so not great, not fun. Afterwards, it's fun, and after it's great. How long did I sleep for? On average, probably 4 hours a night. I think I was the worst one in the group for sleep consistently across the board. Everyone had sleep issues. Sleep was hard to come by. I just had vastly underestimated how difficult sleep is at that altitude. How the people go up there and live in base camp for a month, I do not know. I do not. Maybe your body gets used to it after, I don't know, a week or something at that kind of altitude, but man, I wasn't sleeping very good. Why did I want to go? First of all, I've always been fascinated by Everest. Read every book about Everest, like watched all the movies. Like for some reason, like Everest, the fact that people summit Everest is like, it's so intriguing to me. I can't handle it. And I just think I had always thought, oh, like, oh, I'll never do that. Like that's crazy. People I can't do that. I just never thought that much about it. And then my brother introduced me to the idea of like, oh, well, did you know you can hike to base camp? And I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know that you could hike to base camp and not go up to the top of the mountain. Anyway, when he put that idea in my head, I was just like, well, shoot, maybe that sounds like something I could do or would want to do. Full cost for the trip, I'm gonna do this a rough estimate because I can't remember now. I wanna say that my flights were like to Nepal were like $1,200 maybe. And then our tour, including like the tea houses, it included the meals, it included the guide, I think was $1,500 or $1,700, something right in there, and then your gear. And so that kind of varies depending on how much gear you already have or how much you're buying or how much you want to spend. I was thinking I would be about $5,000 into the trip before I went, but then we had some extra expenses with the helicoptering. So I ended up probably spending a little more than that, probably more like $6,000. Was it all that I thought it would be? Was it harder? Do you regret not doing anything? It was so different than I thought it was going to be in some ways, and then in some ways it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I think it was better, I guess. I thought it was going to be difficult, and it was difficult. Let's put it that way. It was challenging. It was definitely challenging and pressed me out of like my comfort zone. Who organized the trip? My brother and I pretty much spearheaded it. My brother did a lot of the legwork, so he did a great job with that. What's next on the adventure book? Okay, so this is my problem, is I have too many adventures. So right now, what am I talking about? I am talking about Tour de Mont Blanc, which is a 100-miler trek in Europe that covers Italy, Switzerland, and parts of Italy, Switzerland, and France. I would really love to go trek to see gorillas in Rwanda. Maybe one of those two. Sean wants to go storm chasing again. He is weather chasing tornadoes right now. So he has wanted to do that for quite some time. So I booked it for him for his birthday and got him out storm chasing. So for his 50th birthday, and he saw 5 tornadoes so far on this trip. Something I missed the most, apart from my family, besides my family, I missed my dog. You guys all know, I don't even know where she is, somewhere. She's always around somewhere. Besides Ellie and my humans, I really missed regular food a lot. We talked a lot about food. Speaking of my humans, there's one of them. We say hi. Hi. What audio books or podcasts did I listen to? I had 8 million downloaded, you guys. I had so many downloaded to my phone. I listened to exactly none. I started one book at one point, and honestly, I found it too difficult to even pay attention to the book and try to not fall off the mountain and focus on my breathing. And I don't know, it was just too much. Maybe the book I picked was wrong because it was kind of an intricate book where you had to follow the characters, but I turned it off almost immediately and just did music. Did any of the girls get their periods? How was the experience on your periods? Wouldn't you know that I was the one? So you'd think 6 women, all in that age where we're still having regular periods, every single one of them, me included, were on schedule to literally have our periods end almost just within a few days of the trek. And we all thought that was gonna be like magical. Oh yeah, every single person did except me. I was like, I don't know why, again, perimenopause, like a week late. So I unfortunately started my period the day before, like while I was in Kathmandu, but the day before we left for the trek. So I solidly had my period for 4 or 5 days. It was the pits. The worst part was probably just changing in the bathrooms because they were Eastern toilets. So like squatting, and there wasn't really like great places to wash your hands. Lots of times there wasn't the ability to wash your hands. You were just using sanitizer after. So not awesome conditions for, you know, taking care of all your hygienic things, but we made it work. Toilet situation, primarily Eastern toilets, which is usually a hole in the ground that you just kind of stand over and, you know, and then like put everything in the trash. If we were lucky, and we did get pretty lucky, we would get a Western toilet, but almost none of them flush on their own. You have to use like the can and the water to pour in it to flush the toilet. But man, those Western toilets were nice. Oh, so nice. None of them are like super clean. We all knew it was, you know, not gonna be a US, Europe type bathroom situation, and frankly, for that matter, sleeping situation or eating situation. I mean, you just have to roll with it. If you're gonna go on a trip like that, it's just like, you know, you dive in and you just do. Manage your hair on the trek. You can shower up to pretty much Namche, which is like maybe day 2, if you have somewhere you're staying that has a shower, and if they have hot water and you want to shower. But after that, they really strongly advise not showering because it's really hard to just get your body warm again after you shower, even if it's a warm shower. We did dry shampoo. Every morning I used Heritage dry shampoo, and I re-braided my hair. And by the end of the trek, it was like pretty gross, but everybody stinks because everybody's doing the same thing. Everyone's hair looks gross because you're doing the same thing. Did you ever get a great view of Everest? So we saw like a little triangle top like this of Everest. We did not see from here down. Just so you know, if you go to the Everest Base Camp trek, you will never see more than that of Everest. But yes, even seeing this much was so amazing. And to be like in the Khumbu Falls, like we climbed on the Khumbu Glacier, you guys, like the thing you hear and see people not in the Khumbu Falls, like on the way up to Everest. We didn't do that, but like we were on the same Khumbu Glacier just down further. So crazy. So and the Himalayas, wow. The pictures video will never do it justice to real life, by the way, ever. The guides, so our group was 10 and we had 2 guides, pretty much one in front and one in rear all the time. So like if I was slow for the day, there was always one right behind me. Like he wouldn't ever let me get behind him. He was always dragging the rear, which was kind of fun in a way because like we would stop, and when I was catching my breath, I'd ask lots of questions because he was always right by me. So got a lot of information. On average, we probably walked, I think 6 miles, 7 miles. I think the longest day was maybe 10, 8, 9 miles. I mean, mileage wise doesn't sound that bad, right? You're like, that's not that bad, 7 miles. They forget to tell you that it's 7 miles straight up. How much was the helicopter ride on the way? We actually ended up paying for 2. We paid from Gorakshep, which is the top city, down to Lukla, which was I think $600 a person. Then we paid for one from Lukla to Kathmandu, which I think ended up being $300 or $350 a person. So that was kind of an unfortunate added expense. 60 to 70% of the people that get to base camp actually helicopter out. I don't think that we knew it was that high when we were planning on walking down. We had cut a 4-day walk into 3, so we had increased our mileage on the way down, thinking it was like, oh, we're hiking down and gaining altitude, or losing altitude, so we're all good. No, it's another this all the way down. And I actually like so enjoyed the helicopter. It's sad in some ways that we didn't hike out, but honestly, I loved the helicopter view of what we had just done so much that I can't even feel bad about it. Did you lose a lot of body weight because you weren't able to eat like normal? I think everyone lost a few pounds. Most of us gained some back after we went to Kathmandu because we just ate because we could get to more regular food. I ended up, I think, losing 5 pounds total. Like when I got home, I was about 5 pounds lighter. I know Dakota lost 10, but he was really ill for like the first couple of days, so I'm not surprised by that. Would I consider summiting Mount Everest in the future? Absolutely not. I would not. I do not know how people do that. I literally do not know. I am in awe of humans that summit Mount Everest. Where do you fill your water bottles? They have water, lots of places, like in the tea houses at night, they always had water, but it wasn't like water, like clean water for us to drink. So we would either do bottled water, or we would take these just little water purification tablets, and then they could put whatever water they had, and you just put the tablet in, shake it up, wait 30 minutes, and it's clean. And none of us got sick at all. Did you have to poop on the mountain? Or when you did, what did you do? I actually did not. Somehow I got lucky, and all of my bowel movements took place when I had a toilet accessible, not on the trail, off to the side. I did pee, lots of peeing off to the side of the trail. Very common, you see people peeing all over, and you just take the toilet paper, you carry out the toilet paper, or if you poop, you're supposed to carry it out with you, at least to the next stop, and then deposit it. What helped you keep pushing on days when you did not want to continue pushing? And there's another question that's like, do you wish Sean would have come? I mean, I try to do this without getting too emotional, but literally my text messages from Sean and some people back home, I was getting like, Sana was texting me pictures of her baby every day, of Isla with like, go Auntie Mindy, you know, type of commentary, and were literally my saving grace up there, because there was a lot of days I didn't know if I could do it. Really felt pretty discouraged mentally. Those were the things that kept me going when I was getting mentally discouraged, particularly Sean. Like, I would text him and I'd be like, I'm just so sad. I don't know why I'm moving so slow. And he would just be like, you've got this. Like, you can do this. I know you, and you don't quit. You can do this. And it would just be like the message that I needed to hear right when I needed to hear it. One of the things that will stick with me the most is just how much I love him. Like, it was really hard to not have my person out there with me. Like, I really missed him. I don't know, I came home and I was just like, I love him. Like, I love Sean, and I'm so grateful for him, and I'm so, you know, glad that he's my person and that he was my cheering section. We're just a good duo, and I just really, really, really appreciate him. I'm really, really proud of myself. I am sure it's going to push me on to new wild adventures. I never would have thought about Mont Blanc before now. So there you go. Now that I've done Everest Base Camp, I'm like, okay, I did base camp. I could probably do that one. I would probably be slow, but I could do it. I think it opened a whole new doorway of new adventures, potentially. That's it. See you next time. Hope I answered all your questions. Bye, guys.